Hey, my name is Ryan Curran, and today I'll be doing my week 2 assignment presentation for math. And I'll be presenting for the kindergarten age group, and I'll be doing specifically operations and algebraic thinking. So understand addition as putting together and adding to, and understand subtraction as taking apart and taking from. And the specific standard I'll be doing is standard number 1, which is represent addition and subtraction with objects, fingers, mental images, drawings, sounds, claps, etc. So what I'll be doing is I'll be using the 10 frames to represent addition and subtraction. So I would start off the lesson for an age group as young as kindergarten, and I'd be very clear and concise. Okay, so we are going to start learning something called the 10 frame. And the 10 frame is going to help us learn how to add and subtract. So we're going to start off with addition today, and we're going to learn the basics of the 10 frame and what the 10 frame means. So to start off, you can see in the 10 frame, if I bring the red dots over, I would bring 1 red dot, 2 red dots, 3 red dots, 4 red dots, 5 red dots. So when I'm done filling the top row, I have 5 red dots. And then I would continue to fill the entire thing, and I would have 6 red dots, 7 red dots, 8 red dots, 9 red dots, and 10 red dots. So for now on, when we look at this as a class, I want you all to think about the fact that we are looking at 10 spaces, okay? So they are filled with 10 red dots, but the red dots are not the important part. They could be filled with anything. They could be filled with 10 giraffes. They could be filled with 10 candy canes. They could be filled with 10 yellow dots, as I'm demonstrating right here. So how many dots is that? Who can raise their hand and tell me? So that's 5 yellow dots. And if we continue to fill out the entire 10 frame, we're going to get how many red dots? We're going to get 10 red dots. Yellow dots. So take them all off. So now when we're talking about addition, we want to use the 10 frame to help us with addition. So if I drag 1, 2 red dots, and then 3, 4 yellow dots, we can know that there are 4 dots there without having to count all 4 of them. And the way we do that is by seeing that there's 2 red and that there's 2 yellow. And we know that 2 red and 2 yellow dots are 4 total. So you can also look at that and you can ignore the color completely, and you can just see that there are 4 dots. And if we go back to what we learned earlier, the entire top row is 5 spots. So if we're missing one less than 5 is 4. So now let's add another yellow. So as we learned at the beginning of the lesson, we had 5 spots in the top row. So now, even though it's red and yellow, there's 2 different colors, how many spots are filled up? 5. Good. So what we would look at is this is equal to an addition problem that would say 2 plus 3 equals 5. And that's why we have 2 red and then we did 3 yellow. So we can separate and visually see that there's 2 red and that there's 3 yellow. And we know that that means 5. And we could also group them differently. So we could group them like this. And we could see that we have 2 yellow and we have 2 red. And we know what 2 plus 2 is. It equals 4. So instead of having all red dots here, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we can use 2 yellow and 2 red to represent 2 plus 2. So that wraps it up.